back to the grind. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fulltime MMA. And before we get started, make sure you help a brother out. Hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe. If you done been unsubscribed because I was inactive, you can resubscribe because we back at it like a crack addict. So with that being said, without further ado, right now we're about to talk about David versus Goliath. And I don't even know if this is David versus Goliath. I feel like that's kind of disrespecting Nate Diaz. Just assuming Khamzat Chimaev's going to come in here and ragdoll him like Rory McDonald ragdolled Nate Diaz when he took him to Suplex City way back when they fought. It's a logical conclusion, but at the same time, I feel like that's got some disrespect to Nate Diaz's name. We got to put a little bit of respect on Nate Diaz's name. Put some respect on my name. I feel like we need to put a little more respect on Nate Diaz's name. He's got great jiu-jitsu, man. To assume Nate Diaz can't even submit Khamzat is disrespectful. I understand how it looks. Khamzat's coming in, demolishing everything he fucking touches, taking Gilbert Burns to the edge. What an amazing fight. Everyone else can't even get a strike on him. Knocking people out, slamming people around. Khamzat is dangerous. He's scary. Nate Diaz, we've seen him out wrestled. We've seen his scar tissue beat open time and time and time again. We've seen him look like we've seen Khamzat look like a lion, and we've seen Nate Diaz look like a sheep recently. You know what I'm talking about? See, of course, when you see this fight, everybody assumes it's an assassination attempt, as Dan Hardy would say. Now, with that being said, there definitely could be something to this. If Nate Diaz, who's never had the best relationship with the UFC, always spoke out, been vocal about his mistreatment that he felt from the UFC because he didn't want to play the political game, him and his brother have both been outspoken. So even though they're marketable now because he got that win over Conor McGregor, and even before, the Diaz brothers, just from that, their mentality, they've always had fans. And that's part of the reason, like Sean O'Malley, why they had to let him in the door. Because they earned it. Their fighting style and their marketability is what made them stay. It wasn't because they had a great relationship with the UFC. As a matter of fact, if you look into it, man, the UFC ain't really never fucked with the Diaz brothers. And so, on top of that, with all this celebrity boxing going on, this is something that really crossed my mind. Like, I admit, at first thought, I'm like, yo, what are they doing? Why are they doing this to Nate Diaz? Like, they're throwing him to the wolves here. I'm thinking this must be the last fight of his contract. He must have said, hey, I'm trying to go box Jake Paul. So if you're the UFC and you know he's got plans to go start doing some celebrity boxing shit, which, hey, salute to Nate Diaz, bro. If he's about to go do some celebrity boxing, that's exactly what the fuck he should do. He's always wanted to be a boxer. The UFC never let him. Him and his brother have always been known more for their hands and their jiu-jitsu, but they really never been down with the wrestling. They ain't down with just getting held down. They've always been more into fighting. Whether it's throwing hands or doing jiu-jitsu, they've always been more into fighting than just trying to be that athlete that's just going to wrestle you and hold you down, which is part of what makes them so entertaining. So with that being said, and all the damage they've taken throughout their career, I would love to see them go be successful somewhere that wants them. If the UFC is just trying to hold them in this fucking 360 deal, essentially, this chokehold, no, follow our rules or else we will shelf you, bench you, bad matchups. If the Diaz brothers are deciding to move on and go into celebrity boxing, box Jake Paul, whatever they may be the best or the most lucrative opportunity for them, I would salute them, and that's fucking brilliant. But on the way out, it would make sense that the UFC feed you to the wolves. Nobody gets to go out on top. Like Chill says, everybody goes out the same way. On their back, face up, on the canvas. The UFC is not just going to let one of their superstars walk away into the sunset if they're not on great terms. Even if you're on good terms, they're going to fuck around and give you a bad matchup on the way out just because they're protecting their product. They're going to take your torch and pass it to their next athlete. They're not gonna let Nate Diaz take Conor McGregor's torch and pass that shit to Logan Paul. No, they're gonna go feed you to Khamzat before you get out this motherfucker. Who did Nick Diaz just have to fight? Like they're. I've got a strong feeling that Diaz brothers are trying to get out of their contract and go to more lucrative opportunities. And in order to do that, the UFC is going to feed them to the wolves on the way out, which is exactly what this looks like. A lot of people feel it like, oh, what is the UFC doing? David versus Goliath. But like I said in the beginning of the video, if we ain't just gonna sit here and pretend Nate Diaz ain't no motherfucking fighter, bro. We ain't gonna just sit here and pretend like Nate Diaz is some new booty coming into the UFC that don't got a black belt and ain't one of the best boxers in the business. Nate Diaz, yeah, his weakness is wrestling, but he's dangerous. So even leading up to this fight, people are going to be making it look like Nate Diaz has no chance, and the whole time, man, I'm going to be sitting back waiting for Khamzat to take him down, waiting to see that jiu-jitsu in action that we all know about. I don't see Nate Diaz knocking him out, no, but you know what? He's definitely got a submitter's chance. Don't count him out. Do not count Nate Diaz out. And with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about Khamzat Chimaev versus Nate Diaz in the comments. I'm out.